1986. And so we grew the company in Walworth and then bought property here in Darien. We were invited by some other business people to come to Darien to expand our business. So we bought property in 1997 and built the first facility, which we're sitting in right now, in 2000. And then we've expanded numerous times over the years, our last expansion being in 2016. And we've grown from about 78,000 square feet to 400,000 square feet here in Darien. We had our facility in Walworth. We vacated it in 2007 after having moved all of the operations here over a period of years.
Wonderful. So 2 decades plus in the community, and it sounds like you've, up until the pandemic, you've constantly been on an upward swing, right?
Well, there's been some years when there's been some decrease, like back in 2008, we suffered with the rest of everyone during that period, and then started growing again in 2009, and peaked out before the virus hit us here in 2020.
So we've had just a couple ups and downs, and I'm sure that when the virus hit, things really changed, I would imagine, for your company.
Yes, definitely. We are operating at the present time at about 50% of where we were in 2019.
Wow, that's got to be, I don't like to put words into people's heads, but like gut-wrenching is what I'm thinking. Just 50%, that's astonishing, that number. Oh, it sounds like it's been very hard for you to...
Well, we've actually, in some ways, we've been blessed because, first of all, we're in an essential industry, so at least we were able to continue operating during this period of time. Our demand, of course, decreased significantly. We dealt with it by having days that we took and shut the operation down 1 day a week. We paid all the employees during that time so we could keep our work group together. We also shut down the days after Memorial Day, and that helped decrease the output so that we were better matched with our demand.
Sounds like you got very creative to keep your core workforce. How big is Tankcraft? How many employees do we have?
Well, there's currently about 200 employees. We are down from last year. We had almost 250.
Absolutely. And the reason why I'm just curious about everything is because a lot of the impetus and the reason why you probably were so thrilled to have Vice President Pence come is because you want to see the growth again. You want to see where things were. Paint that picture for us, or tell us a little bit about the backstory, because I know there's probably a great backstory of how Tankcraft aligned with his campaign rally visit, how this all kind of came to be.
Well, it was actually a surprise. We received a call from someone in the administration or the campaign, I guess, and they asked if we would be willing to hold an event here, and our response was positive, and so it started with that. And we didn't know at the time who it was going to be, but we were open to having a representative of the administration visit our facility. So it all happened within a relatively short period of time, a matter of days, and we found out obviously who eventually was going to be here, and then the people from the Secret Service and the administration and the campaign people arrived on the scene, and we worked with them to set up the event.
Couple of days. I'm curious. So was this like on last Monday, or I'm wondering how many days you got in advance? What a story.
Well, before they showed up, it was 2 days in advance.
Okay,
and
so did your heart just drop? Like after you got off that phone call? I don't know. What went through your mind? I'm so curious.
Well, look, we were excited and proud to be able to hold something like this. So, and we've had our own company Christmas party here, so it's not like we haven't arranged things in the shop to accommodate having a big group of people, because we have a Christmas party every year, and last year, for example, we had almost 700 people here with families and children and so on.
It sounds like you knew you could pull this off, but I remember when you were introducing VP Pence, you were comically talking about trying to roll out the red carpet. I know you didn't use those terms, but you did it multiple times. You were trying so hard to do it just right. What was that like?
Well, of course, it's different when the media is involved, and all of the optics are very important, and so they were trying their best to make the stage look as beautiful and attractive as possible. And so what I was referring to in my introduction was that they rearranged some of the product that was on display probably 25 times before they were satisfied.
So
pretty intense.
It sounds like it was intense, and you probably had them here. I think intense is the perfect word for it. 24 hours beforehand? Is that when Secret Service started?
Well, they came in. The event was Wednesday. They came in last week Friday initially, and then they were here over the weekend checking things out and trying to make sure that they understood the layout of the facility and the area. And then the final preparations, of course, were on Monday and Tuesday before the event, all the way up through morning hours before the event.
And as we were talking about, Bob, when we were walking over, I mean, you didn't really sleep, right? I mean, this was pretty wild.
Yes, it was. But we're very happy to have been able to do it.
No doubt about it. What does your heart tell you about being able to do this for the Vice President?
Well, we hope that it contributes to their success, and we wish them the best. And again, I can't say it enough. We're proud to be able to be chosen to have something like this happen, and so we would certainly be willing to do it at any time. So.
You had mentioned that you had met VP Pence in the past, prior to this, and you didn't get a picture that time, right?
No, I don't know that I have a picture of us together. So, but I did meet Mr. Pence years ago, and I was at a political gathering about 10 months ago, and happened to see him there. But we do remember each other. So.
Did you ever think that your paths would cross quite like this?
No, I had no idea that this would happen.
But it sounds like regardless of ever dreaming this could happen, you made it work. You just put all hands on deck, it sounds like.
Yeah, well, and we have a very wonderful work crew, and everyone was doing their part when asked, and I think everyone had some fun doing it. So.
I was about to say that. It sounds like they had a lot of fun. I mean, this sounds like it was a team effort. It sounds like, getting your workforce involved. Probably had to stop the presses, right? Everything that was working there on Wednesday.
Right.
And probably
exactly.
Tuesday, too, just to
No, actually, we worked our normal shift on Tuesday until 4:30, which is the normal time, and then it was a little bit of work after that. The area that we had the event in right now is not that active for production, so it really wasn't that difficult for us to allocate that space to be worked on even while we were working.
Wow. What did Pence share with you? It sounds like you got maybe a little bit of one-on-one time with him. Did he get to thank you for this opportunity, or thank you for being so gracious?
And I got to chat with him a little bit, reminisce where about the times in the past that we might have met, and asked him about his wife Karen, who wasn't here, but she was preparing. She's a school teacher, and she was preparing for class.
I remember him saying that. Now that you mentioned that, it does ring a bell. So that, is that what you like so much about him? That he is just just as warm as he can be to the cameras, but he's genuine in person as well.
Oh yes, very much so. And so is the president.
Do you think maybe this opens it up for? Would you like to have TankCraft be the signature place for maybe another visit, maybe a presidential visit from President Trump here in the next few months?
Well, certainly we would be pleased to have that happen. I doubt very much it will, but.
But you didn't think this was going to happen, so
No, if that would come to pass, certainly we would be very excited about that too.
Absolutely. Vice President Pence touched on trade agreements. He ran on the whole gamut of things. Do you really feel like the president's plan is the right one forward for manufacturing an economy and trying to boost the economy?
Oh, very definitely. He's done more than any president in my lifetime that really understands to make sure that businesses and people have an opportunity to make decisions for themselves and basically get the government out of the way. And I think Mr. Trump and certainly Mr. Pence understand that from their personal experience and from listening to the people that they associate with.
Yeah, they are the presidential team that cuts through the red tape, and they just make that happen and get rid of the tax increases and really try to work for the common man. And you are trying so hard to have a skilled trade labor force here that you have to have succeed for your company to succeed. Bottom line is you want this company to grow. I wanted to ask you a little bit about the company. I know that you guys do a lot of small parts, fabrication work, fuel
tanks and metal fabrications, yes.
Absolutely, and those, as you mentioned, are essential things that have to, they are critical for our infrastructure. So it's very hard right now, I'm sure, to see things down with the economy, but still very vital to get these out.
And there are signs that things are turning around. I think we've definitely hit the low point, and recently, as a matter of fact, in the last few weeks, we see a definite trend in the right direction.
Toot your own horn here. How many pieces of fabrication kind of come through here? Are there any stats that would be exceptional or interesting for viewers to learn just about TankCraft?
Well, we make hundreds of different configurations of tanks and other metal fabricated parts. We manufacture and ship approximately 600 to 700 normally, 600 to 700 units a day. We make as few as one of something, and we make thousands of some. So we're I call it a glorified job shop in that we service customers of all sizes, and the product configurations are literally thousands of different designs are being produced on a daily basis.
And it sounds like these designs go all across the country, right? Or
They
internationally
do.
too.
Yes, our customers are large multinational corporations. Our large customers are, so our product ends up being shipped literally around the world. We ship product to China, Japan, Southeast Asia, Australia, Europe, and all over North America, some to South America. So yes, we have our product going all over the world.
Remarkable. And now this story is going to go all over the state. I mean, it really must make your heart swell to know that of all the places in Wisconsin, when Pence was making this journey and his people were trying to find the place, they narrowed in on Darien, Wisconsin, and to make you proud.
It does, and of course we're again happy to have the attention and hopefully can do some good.
Absolutely. Putting Darien more spotlight on here because it deserves it for sure.
Yes.
It's a wonderful community. Bob,